And yeah. Just start to deepen your breath. Taking a nice, deep, full inhalation and exhalation, starting to notice the path of that breath. Softening into the earth with your exhale. And just making a little bit of space with your inhale. Let's take a couple breaths all together. So wherever you are in your breath cycle, start to empty the air out. And then take a nice big inhale for 3, 2, 1. Open up the mouth, let it go. Again, breathing in, 3, 2, 1. Open up, let it go. One more round. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Coming back to breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Start to find that rhythm. And then walk your arms a little bit further forward, just so that it becomes a bit more of an active child's pose. Elbows and maybe even wrists come off the ground. Start to walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, just finding a gentle side body stretch. Notice if the path of the breath shifts a little bit. And really direct that breath into the right side, into the right hip. Good. Gently walking back through center, take your arms all the way over to the right. And then same thing, just noticing the shift in breath. Perhaps a bit more actively directing that breath into the left hip, into the left side. And then start to come back towards center. And we'll come into puppy dog pose. So walk your arms forward so your hips come up off of the ground. And then press your chest and your chin towards the earth. So your hips are pretty lifted. You're still kind of reaching back through the seat. But it's more about the heart getting towards the ground. We also call this Anahata, which is also the name for the heart chakra, which we'll be playing with a bit today. Right? But more, we'll be playing with the heart, the way that it kind of interacts with our fire center, our low belly. Just using these two seeming opposites, right? Fire, drive, and softness, love, compassion, seeing how they can actually work together. Good. All right, when you're ready, start to come up out of that, come into your tabletop position, hands and knees, and then play with a couple cat-cows. So inhale, arching, gazing up. Exhale, rounding the spine, lifting the navel. Good. And just a couple rounds up and down. And really this movement can be anything that feels good here as you're just starting to open up some paths for your breath. Send a little bit of energy to your joints. You can even start to notice that interplay here between the low belly center, our center of fire and drive and heat, kind of starting to turn on, but then at the same time, finding that softness in the heart. Good. All right, about one more round. And then coming back to a neutral spine, let's step back to plank position. So legs reach back. Make sure that your hands are about underneath your shoulders. See if you can turn on your quadriceps here. So make a bit of a muscle in the top of your leg and then imagine it reaching back through your heels. Deep breaths. Start to notice the sensation that arises. Maybe you bring a little bit of softness around the edges with your breath. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Yeah, and go ahead, keep moving it around, bending one knee, bending the other, sway the hips. Again, really just taking these opening shapes in whatever way you feel like you need to wake up the physical space. Maybe give the head a little shake, let it give into the pull of gravity. Good. And then start to walk your feet towards your hands. Lots of little steps arriving at the top of the mat. Feet kind of wide here so you can bend your knees, torso hangs over the legs. Good. Maybe a little sway, a shift of weight side to side, feeling that negotiation of space, that response to change. Good. And then keep the knees nice and bent through center. Start to roll yourself up to stand. One vertebra at a time, stacking, gently, slowly arriving at the top. Good. Maybe give a little lift of your shoulders up and then just let them slide down your back, palms face forward, Tadasana. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, extended mountain, lifting through the collarbones. Exhale, hinge and fold all the way back down, maybe softening the knees. Good. Halfway lift, inhale, heart moves forward. Exhale to fold, let the head release again. And we'll come right back up to stand. So flat back, arms reach out, head reaches forward and up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, mountain pose, arms by your sides. Just take a full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. This time, exhale, forward fold, swing your arms behind your back. Good. Interlace them there. Give a little squeeze of the upper arms together and take your fold with this shoulder stretch. Couple breaths. Knees stay bent so you can shift the weight towards the balls of the feet. Turn on the abdominals and a little lift through the quadriceps. Good. Very, very gently. Let the arms release back down towards the ground. Halfway lift. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step right leg back, left leg back. Plank position. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale. All the way to the ground as you exhale. Your choice on how you want to lower. Cobra pose as you inhale, press the tops of the feet down, squeeze the upper arms, shine the heart forward. And then like a wave, just take it right back down. 2 more times. Inhale, upper arm squeeze, heart widens. Exhale to fold. 1 more. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, release it down. Good. Press back, take a child's pose. Just a breath, maybe a breath and a half. Your next inhale through tabletop. And let's actually pause in our tabletop position. Step your right leg back behind you. And then lift that leg up so it's in line with the hips. Good. Keep lifting up in that left hip so you don't drop all your weight into it. And then try to reach your left arm forward. So you got a 1 arm, 1 leg balance. Good. Really feeling the back body here. And then again, maybe you find that interplay of the low abdominals, getting a little fiery, a little heat starting to build there. But then bringing a little bit of softness through the breath. You're just kind of responding to those natural shifts. Good. Really gently take the hand down, take the knee down, switch your sides. Left leg reaches back. Give yourself a moment on 2 hands to lift up in that supporting hip and then reach the right arm forward when you're ready. Deep breaths, back of the neck is long. You can almost trace the breath through that long line from your fingers to your back foot. Good. Exhale, take it down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. See if you can find that same lift in the quadriceps towards the low belly here. So maybe there's a little softness in the backs of your knees. So you can start to turn on the front side of your legs. And then imagine that the sides of your torso or your bony hip points were kind of drawing towards your belly button. Good. Big bend in your knees. Exhale completely. A little walk or a light hop. Come all the way up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold as you exhale. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge and fold again. Swing the arms behind your back. Try the other thumb on top. A little opening through the chest. Head releases. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just one more. Inhale. Exhale, softly release the hands. Give yourself another half lift. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, left leg back, right leg back, plank. Big breath in. Exhale, take it to the earth. Cobra pose, inhale, use the tops of the legs. Exhale, release your chest down. Press back, brief child's pose, big breath in. Right into downward facing dog as you exhale. Hips lift, fingers spread, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Bend the knees, look forward, exhale, walk or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale, dive right back down. This time, regular fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back to plank. Good. This time, one long line from head to heels, chaturanga, halfway down. Up dog, come onto the tops of the feet, lift the knees and the hips completely, and then find the low abdominals, let that pull you up and back, downward facing dog. Good. From here on out, those vinyasas are yours to explore. Reminder, you can always add stuff in, take stuff away. Notice how the moment shifts. Try to find that balance between the fire, the heat, and the softness of the heart. Good. Send your right leg up and back as you inhale. And then exhale, draw your knee to your nose, hover, press the mat away. Kick it up and back, inhale, 3-legged dog. Good, exhale, bring the leg forward, put the foot down inside the thumb. Good, and then left hand down, right arm up, take a twist, low twisted lunge. Deep breaths. Every breath is a little bit of a new experience, so notice the path of the breath in and out. Good. Exhale, right hand comes down, and then come up to your fingertips so you feel your legs turn on, then reach the arms up overhead for your high crescent lunge. Good. Inner legs drawing towards your midline, low abdominals drawing towards the midline. We want to think about the core as a tube. It's got a front, it's got a back, and it's got 2 sides, right? And rather than just thinking about the front, can you think about kind of wrapping the whole tube around towards your belly button? Good. On an exhale, open up, take warrior 2. So back foot spins down, right leg bends. Good. Reach from the underside of the arms, from the back side. Deep breath in. And out. Good. Right arm up and back, peaceful warrior. Inhale. Exhale, hands find the ground, step to plank pose, and then move your way, connecting to your breath. And finding this cycle. The cycle has no beginning, no end, right? It just kind of floods into the next thing. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose, hover. Good, kick it up and back, inhale. Exhale, bring it forward, lightly put that foot down, low lunge. Take the twist, left arm up, couple deep breaths. Now you can send that breath through the back of the neck a little bit, make some space between your shoulders and your ears. Right, as we twist, we've got this fire in the low belly. Maybe you start to feel that, but then send the breath right across the heart. Good. Left hand comes down, coming up onto your fingertips, engaging the legs, and then coming into high lunge, arriving on an inhale, couple deep breaths, just to notice. Noticing this journey that we're on, noticing our capacity to be completely full all at once. Because I have a teacher, he says, it's not glass half empty or half full. The glass is always full because we always have the capacity for everything, the whole glass. Good. Take your warrior two. Exhale, open up, ground the back foot, bend the left knee. You can turn on that left adductor, your inner leg a little bit so you feel it moving towards your pinky toe. Good. Left arm up and back. Inhale, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, hands find the ground, low lunge, step to plank. Inhale, moving with your breath all the way back to downward facing dog. Arriving, give yourself a breath, wrap the upper arms towards the ears, turn on those back muscles. Same thing, finding that cycle, that fluidity of the breath and the movement. Right leg up and back, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale, hover. Up and back, inhale. Exhale, bring it forward, put it down. Right arm up, inhale, twist. Exhale, take it down. High lunge, inhale, arrive. Warrior two, exhale. Right arm up, inhale, peaceful. Exhale, hands down. Plank is your inhale. Lower exhale. Open up the heart, breathe in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, left leg up. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it forward, put it down. Left arm up, breathe and twist. Exhale, take it down. High lunge, breathe in. Warrior two, exhale. Peaceful, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, lunge. Plank is a breath in, chaturanga, exhale. Open up the heart, breathe in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a breath in and out. Good, one more. Nice. Send your right leg up and back, inhale. Bring your knee to your nose, exhale, lightly put that foot down, low lunge, good. And then come up onto your fingertips. As you inhale, take a wide pyramid, so extend the right leg. You're gonna keep the feet where they are, so your back heel's probably gonna stay lifted. If you got blocks, good place to use them. And then your exhale pulls you back into your lunge, and think about pressing the hips and the heart forward. Good. A couple times like that. So inhale to extend, wide pyramid. Exhale to bend, hips and heart move forward. And so just finding that interplay between the shift in sensation, back of the leg, front of the leg, and letting the head and the neck release a little bit on that fold. Good. Nice. So next time you're in your lunge, stay there and then crawl your hands forward, lift the back leg up for a supported warrior three. So if you've got blocks, one or two, take them with you. So you can stay kind of lifted on your hands. Really flex through that back foot. So imagine you were standing on a wall behind you. You're gonna keep the left leg straight. As you exhale, pull your toes towards the ground, but keep the leg hovering. So it's like you're gonna pull the foot down and then it's gonna hover right over the earth. Yep, just like this. So it kind of hovers over the earth, almost like you're gonna tap your left wrist and then kick it back up, inhale. And then exhale, you pull the toes in like you're gonna tap your left wrist, but the foot stays hovering. Yeah, and then inhale, kick it back up. And just do that 1 or 2 more times, right? So every time that foot comes in and floats, you're gonna feel this lift of the low belly, a little turning on, a little fire there. Yeah, nice, good. And then next time the leg is down, go ahead and step it all the way down. So you're in a forward fold. Good, and then take your chair pose. So inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up by your ears. Good, shoulders draw down. Good, low abdominals activate. So again, thinking about wrapping the back, the sides, all the way around to the front. Good, one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Nice. And then inhale, pull the left knee up into your chest. Find a one-legged mountain. Good. And then cross your ankle onto your thigh and take your figure 4. So hands can come to prayer, hips are gonna reach back, heart is reaching forward. Just a couple breaths, starting to maybe notice the hips a little bit more. So can you think about turning on the low body a little bit, so kind of squeezing in there, but then the chest can stay a little bit more open, a little bit more fluid. Good. One more deep breath, just noticing the shifts, the response, that inherent wisdom the body knows. Good. Pull the left knee back up into your chest. Inhale. Good. And then step your feet together and come into diver's pose. So 2 feet down, you're gonna lift up onto your tiptoes and pitch your chest forward a little bit. And I want you to imagine you're gonna interlace your hands behind your back. You won't actually do it, but it's that same squeeze of the upper arms. And there's that lift of the quadriceps that we've been talking about, and that narrowing of the low belly. Good. And then come right back into your chair, big exhale. Good. And we'll find this movement a couple times. So inhale shifts you into divers. Exhale shifts you into chair. Yeah, and just take that on your own breath. So you can get lost in that rhythm a little bit. Yeah, letting go of any ideal. Doesn't need to be the same as what came before. It doesn't need to top what came before. Just one moment at a time. Good, nice everyone. One more round, and then next time you're in your chair, stay there. Good, chair pose, reach the hips back and down. Reach the hips back and down. And as you exhale, bring it all the way down. Magically, you arrive in your boat pose, Navasana. Good, so you can grab behind the backs of the legs to start. Find some length in your low back, right? And so when we actually engage the low abdominals, it allows some softness, some space in the low spine. Maybe you keep your hands there or release your hands by your sides, palms face up, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good, inhale. And then exhale, cross your legs, come up and over, step or hop back to your plank. You can take a vinyasa. Up dog might feel nice, or a cobra pose, stretch out the abdominals. And then send it up and back to your downward facing dog. Big breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Left leg up and back, inhale. Exhale, bring the leg forward, put the foot down. Good. Find some height, so come up onto your fingertips or blocks. And then wide pyramid, straighten the leg as you inhale. And then exhale to rebend, heart and hips push as far forward as you can. Good. Inhale to straighten, exhale to bend. Awesome, you got it. Yeah, and really just taking this moment to play, to notice the breath. Noticing how that sensation shifts, coming back to your lunge. Once you're there, walk your hands forward, lift that back leg up away from the ground so you find your supported warrior 3. And you're gonna wanna stay somewhat lifted on the hands, so up on your fingertips or your blocks. Really flex through that right leg as if we're standing on the wall. And then keep the legs straight, and as you exhale, pull the toes towards your right wrist, but try to keep that foot hovering, so you have to lift the abdominals up, and then inhale, you kick it back. And that's your rhythm, that's your motion. Exhale, pulls it in. Inhale, kicks it back. Yeah, so can you keep the shoulders and the heart a little bit softer even though you've got a little bit of fire elsewhere? Nice. Next time the leg is down, go ahead and find your forward fold. Chair pose, inhale, sweep the arms up. Underside of the legs are wrapping towards one another. You could almost even think about the hamstrings wrapping to your midline and then trying to shoot right back up through your legs. Good. Pull the right knee up into your chest. Inhale, stand up, one-legged mountain. And as you exhale, cross ankle to thigh, palms to prayer, rebend the knee, figure four. Couple deep breaths. Just really sending that breath up and down through the spine. And you can also start to explore these oppositional wind energies, right? So we've got Apana Vayu and Prana Vayu, this downward and upward wind energy. And really they need to happen at once together, right, to make this a little bit more viable. And pull that right knee back up into your chest, inhale. And then once again, as soon as that foot steps down, diver's pose. So 2 feet down, lift the heels, pitch the chest forward, feel the quadriceps lifting and the low abdominals narrowing. So that's gonna come back in a moment. Good. And then come back into your chair pose just one more time. Exhale. Good. Inhale, come into diver's pose. And this time, you can bend the knees, but I want you to try and keep the heels lifted as you reach your hands towards the ground. So you're trying to keep that lifted action in the quadriceps. Knees can bend, hands touch the ground. And when the hands touch the ground, start to bend your elbows. And here we're starting to play with our Bakasana crow, right? So you got full hands on the ground. Your seat is lifting up as your knees try to find your upper arms. And then just kind of play. It's a seesaw action, right? So you're gonna shift a little bit into the hands and the hips are lifting up, up, up. Yeah. And maybe you shift a little back and you shift a little forward. You could play with 1 or 2 feet lifting off the ground, but it's really the opposition of shifting forward and the hips lifting up that's gonna get you to a possible float. Awesome, all. Okay. One more breath, and then we're gonna meet back in our toe squat position. So toes on the ground, hands out in front of you. Good. And then just step your left leg back behind you. So you kind of find a lunge from there. And then big windmill arms open, warrior two. So ground the back foot, open up the arms. Good. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Right arm up and back, inhale, peaceful warrior. Take a side angle pose this time. So right forearm finds the leg, left arm reaches up and over your ear. 3 deep breaths to arrive. Good, one more, deep breath in. Exhale. Gazing down, take your hands back to the ground, low lunge position. Step to your plank pose and then move your way all the way back to downward facing dog. Resetting the cycle. Beginning leads into the end, new beginning. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, bring the leg forward, put the foot down. Good. And then, I lied, didn't I? Step back to your downward facing dog. I just got a little bit confused. Okay, so from your downward facing dog, we got to come back to our, okay, I'm going to remember that. Great. Right leg sweeps up and back, inhale. Good. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, put that foot down. Good. Find your high lunge as you inhale. Good. And then exhale, take your hands to prayer, and this time we're gonna find a twist. So left elbow is gonna tap to the right leg. Don't worry, we're gonna come back to warrior two on the other side. I got it in my head. Good, so just a couple breaths here. Right, so I like this twist. I like twist because you can start to feel that engagement in the lower limbs, the low belly, and then think about opening up across the collarbones just a little bit more. Good. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. And then inhale, come back up to your high lunge. And then shift that into your warrior three. So shift onto your right leg, lifting the back leg up. Good. Heart shines forward. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then start to pull that left knee up into your chest. Big breath in. So you're standing on your right leg. Good. And then find your figure four once again. So cross your ankle onto your leg, send your hips back and your heart forward. Good. So if you want to continue to hang out here, hang out here. You can also start to play with your flying pigeon. Jeremy, would you mind demoing the version with the block? So if you've got a block, it's a really nice tool. So you can grab your block and you're going to put that block right in front of your right leg on the highest level. Yep. So in front of your standing leg. And then you're gonna, so come back into your figure four. And then you're gonna start to reach your hands down kind of in front of the block. And then you're gonna start to place your right knee and your right shin on the block. So you kind of have like a little kickstand support. And you're kind of in this like hovering figure four with your hands on the ground. So you can start to play with that. And then from there, maybe you start to hook the toes onto the arms, or maybe you start to play with lifting that knee off of the block for your flying pigeon. So just a couple more breaths to play. Yeah, and if you're feeling super fancy, you can kick the leg back, right? Wherever you are part of the journey. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back into a cross-legged fold. So just let that left leg slip forward and down in front of your right. So you're in a cross-legged forward fold. Good. Head hangs down, maybe your knees slightly bend. Just give yourself an exhale through your mouth, kind of fluttering out the lips. Good. Take one more big breath in. Big breath out. Good. And then from here, fancy transition, step your right leg back, low lunge, and then into warrior two on the other side. There we are. We found it. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Left arm up and back. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Good. Exhale, find your side angle. So forearm comes to your leg, right arm reaches up and over your ear. 3 deep breaths to arrive. Finding some space with your breath. Good. Exhale, look down, hands find the ground, low lunge position. Step to your plank, take your vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Just one big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, bring that leg forward. Put that foot down. And then take your high lunge. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling. Good. Palms come to prayer and then twist to the left this time. So now your right elbow will connect to your left leg. See if you can find this drawing towards your center through your low legs. At the same time, you've got this capacity to open up, to find a little bit of space, maybe some softness across the heart. Good. One more breath. Inhale, come back up to your high lunge. And then as you're ready, floating that into your warrior three. So shifting forward, right leg lifts, couple breaths. Arms are your choice. They can come by your sides. They can come to prayer, reach overhead. Good. And then exhale, start to pull that right knee up into your chest. So find that lift of the knee and then take your figure four on this side. So ankle comes to your leg, bend the knee. Last time in figure four, so you can completely hang out up here. This might feel good, really nice hip opener. You could reach your hands to the ground, get a little bit more compact, maybe a little bit deeper into the hip, or you can start to play with that flying pigeon on this side. So if you got your block, highest level, you'll place it underneath that left knee. And then you can work to kind of lift the knee off the block, similar to crow, right? As the weight shifts into the hands, then the hips can lift up and the low body can get a little lighter. Okay, breathing for 3, 2. Awesome. Nice, everyone. Coming back to your figure four, and then you're going to slip the right leg forward in front of the left so you find a cross-legged fold here. Just let the head go. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Good. This time, just undo your legs. So you just find your regular forward fold. Take a little halfway lift as you inhale. And then step back, hop back your way, chaturanga. Upward to downward. And just arriving for a moment here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And last little sequence, right leg sweeps up and back. Inhale. Exhale, bring that leg forward, put the foot down. High lunge as you inhale. Good. Exhale, warrior 2, open up the arms. Take a peaceful warrior. Inhale, right arm up and back, and then half bind the left arm behind your back. Good, and then let that right arm come all the way down to the inside of the leg. Yeah, you can place a block there if you want to lift the ground up a little bit. And if you're feeling open in the heart, maybe you take this into your full bind. Right arm can sneak underneath the right leg. Catch a hold of the arms behind you and just take a couple breaths. All right, so you've got that fire, low belly's turning on, left hip kind of pulls towards the right hip bone, but then you can bring the right side body up towards the ceiling. And just noticing that sensation. One more breath. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up to the top. Straighten out your right leg. And then shift into your triangle pose. So reach the right arm forward, 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 left arm up. And just take a couple breaths here. Nice and open across the chest now. And just opening up these pathways for breath, for energy, for circulation. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knee, come back to low lunge. Right leg's gonna sweep up and back behind you. 3-legged dog, bend the knee there, open up the hip. And then go ahead and flip your dog if that feels good. So you can see where the foot's gonna go, place the foot down. Little muscle in your stomach so you can safely open up the heart, the spine. Good. Looking down, 2 hands find the ground. Maybe you shift into a 1-legged plank. Maybe a 1-legged chaturanga. Your way, your flow. All the way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in through your nose. Let it out through the mouth. All right, left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Put the foot down. High lunge, arrive as you inhale. Warrior 2, exhale, open it up. Left arm up and back, peaceful warrior. And then find your half bind, right arm behind the back. Good. And then from there, left forearm will come to your leg, or maybe all the way down towards the earth. And if you want to, you could take the full bind, left arm underneath the leg. Noticing the breath, feeling the breath. Find that capacity for all the different sensations you can have in one tiny moment. And just knowing, or the awareness of that sensation, letting go of the identity, the story that we wrap around it all. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Straighten out that front leg. Good. And then reach the left arm forward. Think past the toes and then left hand down, right arm up. Nice open arm triangle. Last couple breaths here. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, low lunge position. Left leg sweeps up and back, three-legged dog, bend it, open up the hip, feel free to stay, or see where the foot's gonna go as you lightly, gently place the foot down, flip dog, deep breaths. Good. Exhale, come back to plank. Maybe you take a one-legged plank, maybe a one-legged chaturanga. Up dog or cobra as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Really, really nice. And then just drop down onto the knees, down onto the shins. Take a child's pose. Let your arms bend at the elbows or take them by your sides. Notice the breath. The heart rate might be a little elevated. The breath rate might be a little elevated. These natural physical responses that the body elicits. Just becoming aware of what you sense, what you feel. And one more deep breath in. Big sigh. Good. And then start to walk your hands up towards your knees. Let's just shift the hips off to one side, swing your legs around so you're in a seated position with your legs out in front of you, Paschimottanasana, setting up for it. Take the hands underneath your sits bones so you can really pull back and feel those sits bones right there underneath you. Good. Perhaps you start with a little bend in the knees, reach the arms up overhead, nice big breath in. And then starting to hinge as you fold. Good, reaching for the foot, the ankle, the shin. And so feel free to keep the bend in your knees, a little bit of a connection of the low body, the low belly towards the legs perhaps. If you want to extend the legs forward, that's fine. Just be mindful of the low spine. So thinking cow, thinking heart forward, lifting up and out of the pelvis. You could even imagine that your pelvis were a bowl. You wanted to pour the contents of that bowl forward towards your toes. And so maybe giving in a little bit more to that capacity for softness, the energy of the heart. But appreciating all the work that that fire, that drive did to lead you to this moment here. I'm going to take one more breath in and out. And then gently start to roll your spine up. Good. And then let's just come all the way down onto the back. You can take it nice and slow. Finding your way to your spine. Hug your knees into your chest for a moment. Take a little rock side to side. Just massaging the low back space. And then place your feet flat on the ground, hands right by your hips. We're going to set up for a couple versions of heart openers. So we'll start with a half bridge, a moving half bridge. So hands by your sides, feet down. As you inhale, lift your hips up. And then see if you can reach your arms up and all the way overhead. So you kind of feel like that whole long diagonal cascade from your knees to your fingertips. And then on a big exhale, lower the hips and try to lower the arms at the same time. And as soon as they tap down, everything lifts right back up. So you're finding this fluid cycle. Inhale to lift up, exhale to lower and tap. Just a couple rounds. Really just taking the cue of timing off your breath. Good. Take one more round to lift up, arms overhead. And then this time, keep the arms overhead. And like you're trying to pull your hips away from your upper body, lower your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Nice. And then let the arms come down and just take a little swish of your knees side to side a couple times. Great. And then we're going to set up for just one more round. So we did a fair amount for the chest and the heart today. So you might feel like you want to come into wheel pose, chakrasana. So if that's where you want to go, hands are going to set up by your ears and your fingers are going to point towards your shoulders. If you don't want to take wheel, no worries. Come into your half bridge. So just where we started before, pressing hands and feet down, lifting hips up. And if you do have a block handy, you could even do what Jeremy's doing, a nice supported bridge. Slip that block right underneath your low back. Good. One more full breath. And on an exhale, softening down. Again, you can think upper back, mid back, low back. Big wash of the knees side to side once you come back down. And then letting both knees shift to the left side, upper body to the right side, taking a supine twist. Just giving in to the weight of the earth, the pull of gravity, the weight of your body rather, into the earth. And as you inhale, gently come back to center. And as you're ready, knees can shift to the right, upper body to the left, gentle twist. And so when we're living in this world of dualism, yoga teaches non-dualism. We tend to see our thoughts, our feelings as maybe things that we possess, things that we can have. As we switch into this world of non-dualism, of wholeness, you notice that capacity for all of it at once. Maybe we let go of that idea of possessing, of having. Good. Let's come back to center. Inhale. And last little bit here, coming into an inversion of your choice. So you're on your back, pretty smooth transition into a shoulder stand or legs straight up towards the ceiling. If you do want to explore a headstand, you can start to shift up into your headstand. Feel free to move yourself to a wall if you want a wall for a spot. Yeah. Cool. So just be mindful in your headstands and your shoulder stands that your weight is on your arms, right? So headstand, really, really press into the arms or the hands. Yeah, beautiful. Nice. Nice, Katie. So you feel some space in your neck. If you're in your shoulder stand, chin's pulling away from your chest. So you're really across the shoulders. Couple more breaths. Just letting all that good energy we stirred up make its way right to the heart, right to the brain. And when you feel ready, headstand counter pose. You'll take a couple moments in child's pose. You're still on your back, feet together, knees open. Maybe a gentle rock of your head side to side in either shape you're in, just to let go of any holding in the neck. And then let's all meet on our back side, hug the knees into the chest, and explore a final happy baby here, grabbing insides or outsides of the feet. Yeah, you could also play with just knees pulling towards your shoulders. You can rock a little, you could straighten one leg and then the other. Again, letting it be playful, no real agenda. Just letting those sensations, the experience of the moment kind of guide you through. Good. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and let your legs release to the ground. Your arms come by your sides. Make a little bit of movement just to take up some space. Make sure you're fully supported. And then take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, breathe in. Big sigh. Last one, breathe and fill up, fill up, fill up. Hold. Let it go. Surrendering for these last moments. With every exhale, encourage the muscles to soften to heavy. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Start to deepen your breath. Let the breath wake up the hands and the feet. And then find any larger movements. Gently shift to your side. Come up to a seat. If you want, you can unmute yourself as we set up for our final Om. Some palms together, thumbs at your heart. And just start with a big breath in. Let it go. Vibration all together. Big breath in. Just a bow to thank you yourself for this time, this space, this energy. Namaste.